Well, you know, a cemetery should be a place of reflection and peace, but there are some cemeteries that are all but forgotten. They have fallen into disrepair and they need restoring. If not for the departed, then for their families at least. Preservation Forsyth is raising awareness about this with a documentary they're showing called Unmarked. More about that in just a moment. But first, I caught up with Deltra Bonner, who has relatives in one of those cemeteries. Listen to this.
I have an aunt, my mother's sister. There were three girls, and my aunt Helen was the middle girl. She contracted tuberculosis and died at age 13, and she was buried there. As long as I can remember from being a child, our family always went to the cemetery at Easter and then at Christmas to place flowers on her grave. 1975, I think, was the last year we were able to actually get to her grave, and it was always a chore because we had to cut our way through to the grave. Being a privately owned cemetery, each family was responsible pretty much for the upkeep of their loved one's plot. That year, we weren't able to get to her. We couldn't figure out how to get to her. And my grandmother, I remember her saying, "Baby, I guess it's the last time I'm going to see you." And as a little one, that kind of broke my heart because I knew how much that meant to the family.
So the documentary is about similar black cemeteries in Virginia, but now Preservation Forsyth hopes this will raise awareness about the need right here in the Triad. So this documentary again focused on the same type of situation in Virginia, but it really deserves our attention because she said, I could lead you to a multitude of families, all with the same situation. Imagine not being able to get to the grave of your loved one, and they've let them go in disrepair so much that it's hard to even tell where the markers are anymore.
Yeah, it's devastating. And we're seeing this in a lot of places all over the country, really. Other markets that I've worked in, there was a sister pairing that I interviewed where they bought this nice decoration for their mother's plot for Mother's Day. We walked around for like an hour. We could not find her plot. We spent the day trying to figure out who was in charge of like mowing the grass. The weeds were as tall as me. And we found out it was like voluntary. And a lot of these families, they don't live in the area where their loved ones are buried. So it's really sad.
It is the type of thing too. My first question, I think Ben probably had this question that could probably get it answered better than I could, was that who can be responsible for this? How can we help out? Can the city do anything? And she said, Deltra said they've worked with the city over and over. And the city does help as much as they can, but if it's a private cemetery, there's not a whole lot they can do. And these cemeteries have been moved due to Highway 52 being built back in the old days. Even, she said, the 40 bypass, they had to move a cemetery then too. So sometimes the loved ones don't even know where to go anymore. So we'll look further into this over the next few months, hopefully.